throwing a little bit of hmm, an interesting angle on the usual front to back comp. Maybe introduces some side lane play. On the other hand, Vanassa's from Homo Salis for MDib right here is just going to scale freely into the mid game if Chop the Farmer doesn't do anything about it. Varus Lulu is also pretty good late game insurance. Not to mention Aurelion Sol. When you look at this champion, is just an early game jungler plus free lanes that just kind of scale and farm and do some nice things later. Although you could argue that Nasus is more effective in the mid game rather than the late game, because in the late game there are usually more than enough tools to kite away from him, and also the resistances just naturally go up for everyone, so it's just harder to kill people. Took a trip to Sri Lanka, had some turtles, found enlightenment, and now he's ready to whoop some ass on Summoner's Rift. He already beat Brainsword last week. Maybe Homo Salis is the next victim. Maybe we'll be seeing two different teams boosted as fuck, pre-Gardevoir and post-Gardevoir. Maybe one player can make a big difference here.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Of course, boosted as fuck are invading with the Blitzcrank. I feel like Homo Salis should have been more aware of this fact. A little bit of a different positioning is required versus a champion like this. Rocket grabs so much range, you have to be on your toes all the time. And that's a free flash that they just got from the NACL support.
Minions have spawned.
That could set a target on NACL's bot lane right here. Alpha Farmer starting from blue. He's going to be pathing towards that bot lane, so once the wave is in the right position, Lulu will have to be extra careful. That could have an impact on how much they can push their lead in the early stages of the game. It's still range support versus melee support, so Lulu should be able to provide more versus the Blitzcrank, but without that flash, you're feeling a lot less sure about everything you do, basically, every time you walk up. You're taking a risk. And right now, it's actually boosted as fuck. Positioning really aggressively in this lane. Getting some extra damage in the process as well. All well and good. Some initial trades in the top lane too. But yeah, as we go, these first early minutes, we're probably only going to see action in the bottom side of the map. For my money. Unless Gardevoir can find a cheeky solo kill angle, but maybe he's just going to play for priority inside of this lane and try to affect other lanes. Remains to be seen, as Sivir and Blitzcrank will actually secure the push here. They will get the bounce on this third wave. So Chop the Farmer can actually finish this clear. He can take his time with the red buff and the Krugs. He can go to bot lane after he's finished with this clear, and this should be gankable as long as BAF's bot lane doesn't push too hard. As we see Momo Deviluk on the Elise attacking the other side of the map. He's going to get that stun, but do they have enough damage to burst down Shadeless on the Ornn? Oh, the dive is too risky. They can't commit to this. The towers deal too much damage at this stage of the game. Health bars are not big enough, but Shadeless will have to respect the jungler. Oh, never mind. He didn't respect he didn't respect enough. He will have to pay the price. But that flash for the Elise, not really getting that kill. It does give the plates to the Nasus, but it also reduces the effectiveness of Elise ganks in the next 5 minutes. That's something to think about. Digitest with the flash onto Varus. They get the flash and they grab him afterwards. It's a double whammy for Boosted as fuck, and they get that first blood. Chop the farmer, pathing towards bot lane. A revolutionary strategy that we haven't seen before, but Boosted as fuck. They are innovators. They figured out a way to push the lead in the early game. One with Deviluke's gank does not work, but Chop the farmer gets his man. But funnily enough, they targeted the Varus and not the Lulu without the flash, but now Gardevoir goes in onto Starseer. A bit surprised by that engage. Surely, now Momo Deviluke in a 1v2 situation has to try and repel away, but has nowhere to repel to. Gardevoir gets that kill on a sliver of health. Gets away just in time, and this start from BAF is just what the doctor ordered. Punishing these vulnerable lanes that don't really have escapes. Also punishing the jungler who just flashed to try and secure a kill top lane. Didn't work out. Really nicely done. But that's just the first step. Gotta be able to try and transition these leads. Securing the dragons would be very important for this team, as they try to lure Homo Salis into actually committing to stuff. It's Homo Salis who get the dragons, then they get a lot more breathing room, and they can actually also give Nasus time to try and side lane push leads there, get more gold, taking down the turrets. So if I'm BAF, I should probably be looking towards those Drakes first and foremost. The first one is Cloud, so we're not going to see Cloud Soul today. BAF do have wards, so they will see this Elise coming. They should not be in any danger. What does this mean for Gardevoir here, as he gets jumped on, but uses his dash just in time to get away. Shadeless, I think he was looking to get a plate down there, but now he's in trouble. Does MDib have the slow once again to secure this kill? He gets the slow, but not enough mana to cue the Ornn. Oh, just keep walking, keep walking! The Nasus can't get the kill because of the grass proc. He ran out of mana trying to chase. And Shadeless does not get punished for his sins. That was... that was way too close for comfort. I don't know how he manages to get away from that situation. But... no kills yet for NACL. Momo Deviluke trying again, but he's going to get grabbed immediately into the Ignite. Repel towards the Sivir, but he's still in trouble, still without the flash. Here comes Jop the Farmer with the counter gank. He was on Drake, but he chose to help his team instead. He did not commit to the objective, but it works out in the end. Here comes Gardevoir with a dive. NACL in big trouble, as Genji Rocks is just going to fall as the next victim. The flash just came up for Pipepoint Twink, trying to protect himself. But yeah, Gardevoir, he just has his ultimate as well. He has the Chrono Shift. So there was no getting away from that situation. Look at this start from Boosted as fuck. Everything going swimmingly, and even when they make missteps, they just don't get punished. The higher powers decide that Ornn gets to live, even though he was really greeting hard for that plate, but BAF, sometimes, you know, fortune favors the bold, as they say. Sometimes you gotta just send it. That's exactly what Ornn did. Now Starseer. He does have the CS lead, but Gardevoir has been the far more active player inside of his mid lane. That being said, NACL secured the first dragon, but now we look at Nasus. He has no summoners. He's just going to get beat down by Chop the Farmer, and... oh! Never mind! Chop the Farmer falls to the Nasus! Oh, it's a 1v2, and it's a trade. Mdib barely gets that kill. But now Gardevoir, he's just going to get completely taken by surprise, and Momo Deviluk with a nice turnaround kill. But there's some more action here in the bot lane. Sivir's going to get rooted. Varus Lulu still getting chased down. This bot lane is really putting the hurt down on Varus and Lulu here at NACL. Not feeling comfortable. I don't think this is what they were expecting. But on the other side, they do get some small wins. Nasus is taking that trade somehow. 1v2, and then Momo Deviluk in the right place at the right time. Didn't even let Gardevoir press R, really. So there are signs of life for sure, but still, it's boosted as fuck with more than 2,000 gold lead here. And it's the carries with a large share of that gold, which certainly is not good news for the opposing team. Momo Deviluk, he's looking. He's outside of vision. And Shadeless, he's... oh, now he commits to the push. He's just spent all of his cooldowns. Now he's going to do Call of Forge God, trying to get away, but the stun... oh, nice nice cancel with that W. Now Chop the Farmer is here, but he's in the 1v2 situation. He's taking so much damage. The jungler trying to save his man, but that was too much of a committal. Gardevoir also here to try and remedy the situation, try and get some kills, but NACL... oh, never mind. Momo Deviluk is trying to fix the wave here and spawn that Rift Herald as well, but he just gets caught with his pants down right here. That's going to be the Rift Herald taking those plates, but it's only to the jungler. Not sure that was really worth all that effort. I guess fixing the wave was, you know, it was benevolent from the jungler, but in that case, I feel like Echo was still missing. Probably not the move, considering the situation, but now Starseer has to use his has to use the flight. Get away. Fortunately, Aurelion Sol not as reliant on the flash as he used to be. Now it's boosted as fuck. They have the positioning. They're trying to dive. The Digi-Test Rocket Grab will miss. But it's still Gardevoir trying to commit to this play. Repelled once again from Momo Deviluk. But can he get away in time? Aurelion Sol, so much damage. Chop the Farmer was isolated from his team, did not really get the support he wanted. That's just a 1 for 0. Gardevoir still pressuring. We're still here in the blue side jungle as BAF is looking to really fight hard for his blue buff. We're still a minute away until Dragon. Jadeless trying to stop the Nasus between the two towers, but you can already see, even without as many stacks, Mdib is already a big threat that Ornn has to respect. Side lane fight already skewed in the favor of NACL, but I guess Mdib does not quite have the damage right now. But soon enough, maybe he will. Granny Spanner does not have the ultimate to get away from a jungler. It will have to be a good spell shield here. Oh, blocks the Q! So he has to flash away from the cocoon right here. Starseer is also on the scene, trying to get something. That flash is big, though. Let's see what NACL decides to do with this information. Losing mid push, losing plates, but they will have the dragon positioning. What can Boosted as Fuck do about this? This Digi-Test walking forward bravely into the fray. Gardevoir getting a lot of early harass, but he will not fall today, or maybe he will. Starseer committing to this play. Gardevoir ulting just to try and recover some health. And ACL still committing. Can they get at least one kill from the situation? The health bars are so low, but it will not be any kill from this situation. It's just not going to happen. Boosted as fuck lived to see another day. And I guess NACL don't feel bold enough to secure this dragon despite all that. They did not have the health bars. But they're gonna give it another go. Bot lane of NACL slowly recovering, but it's also the mid lane that's just getting to scale with impunity here. Almost 10 CS a minute for Starseer, aka Disenchantress. Now Granny Spatter once again in a lot of trouble. He has to spell shield at the right time. He doesn't get to do so, but that's not enough burst from the Elise to get that kill. Now though, Chop the Farmer, he's going to fall first. But can they get the return kill on Judgy? No, they can't. Wild Growth protects his health bar from falling too low. Now Gardevoir is here, but NACL is sussing that out really quickly. They don't see anyone in mid, so they don't really feel the need to walk up any further here, but it's still going to be Gardevoir. Oh, the grab. A little bit of anti-synergy here. The Sky's Descent from Aurelion Sol. So much damage. The Space Dragon is such a big presence as NACL secure the second dragon of the game, and Aurelion Sol gets an extra 2 kills. Meanwhile, MDib is just completely ignoring the Ornn. Well, until that happened, I guess. Ornn still has enough damage to bonk him on the head and kill him if Nasus takes 6 tower shots in advance. That doesn't really change how the game is panning out though. It feels like Boosted as fuck are losing their grip of this game. Chop the Farmer, he has a lot of farm. As the name would suggest, but he's taking a lot of punishment from Noah Devluk, but now maybe he gets his revenge. Repelled from the Elise to try and get away. Still chasing. Chop the Farmer really wants to get this kill, and he will. So it's a Rift Herald, most likely, going the way of Boosted as fuck here. Especially now that we have Aurelion Sol still getting away from base. But this is taking a long time, however. I'm not sure why the Rift Herald just reset twice like that. But, yep, Boosted as fuck still committing to the play. They will take down the neutral objective. We'll have to see what they do with it. The plates are, of course, they are down already. But they can still use this Herald to try and take down the first turret in mid lane. NACL are not quite ready to respond to this. They have Starseer in the top lane. Their strongest member is silencing against the Ornn, while NACL have to withstand the onslaught of Boosted as fuck. The AF will take that tower. That's going to be it for now. It's a fine use of the Rift Herald. Breaking down a mid lane turret is always going to be valuable. Now we have to see what else they can do. Obviously, Sivir needs more time. She's fed, but ideally, you want that Navori Quick Blades at least. We're not quite there yet. Gardevoir already sitting on that Hextech Proto Belt, so that gives him a lot more kill threat onto the backline. that extra range to unload his full combo. This is exactly what he wants. But now, he may have committed too hard to the play. The Chrono Shift will not save him from dying. He will use it anyway, but that's not enough burst to take down the Nasus, even though he doesn't have magic resist. And boosted as fuck, we're not ready to respond anywhere on the side lane while Gardevoir was there. So this is just pressure lost for free, although, as I say that, Judgy Rocks gets grabbed once again. Granny Spanner trying to get something. The Flash Cocoon from Momo Deviluke. They were really trying to get the highest priority target, but it wasn't quite the hit they were looking for. Also, Granny Spanner has that cleanse still, plus the flash. So it was very unlikely for it to actually result in anything. Orange trying to get that top lane turret, but the wave clear on the other side is just way too powerful. Aurelion Sol can breathe at the minions, breathe stars at the minions for as long as he wants to. So if you want to stop the wave clear, you basically have to stop his channel or just outright kill him. This is kind of a dilemma. Maybe not a dilemma, more of a problem that Boosted as fuck are facing. They really need Gardevoir or Digitest to find those picks, and this is what's happening. Judgy Rocks sitting mid lane, not really waiting for his minion wave, just has to burn Flash for free. Now Gardevoir looking for that pick, but he gets stunned. He will get to use Chrono Shift just in time to get away. He has to use it though. Judgy Rocks was still in the middle of everyone. I guess he just got grabbed. Aurelion Sol breathing stars in the backline, but that's not enough to turn around this fight. Momo Deviluke escaping to the left, but he's going to be the next victim of this fight and is just boosted as fuck with the better positioning. They get the initial picks, and now they will get the dragon. This is finally a dragon takedown for BAF. This is just what the doctor ordered. You really couldn't let NACL just stack dragons like this. But now Starseer probably still has the flight ready and available, so there was no risk there, absolutely. All that said, the game's still close, and Homo Salis can really rely on the egotistical Space Dragon to drag them across the finish line. The Varus is still in a pretty bad spot compared to the Sivir, but they do have the Dragon to compensate. But now Shadeless, yeah, he has to be careful. Probably want to get away from the Space Dragon, but as I say that, maybe it's Starseer who's getting a little bit too cocky, and now the TP comes in from NACL. This could be a good counterattack. MDib uses his ultimate. They will be trying to chase, but between all of them, there's not really a lot of CC. They will get this initial pick, though. That's even a shutdown. Ornn actually had a bounty on his head. So that's extra gold for Starseer. On this late game control mage, the scaling is really potentially already getting out of hand. But I suppose boosted as fuck, they always have that ace in the hole. They always have the rocket grab from Blitzcrank. He can turn the tables immediately. Lock down a Squishy, and then with the help of the team, they can just burst him down immediately. And that is exactly what's about to happen to the spider. Squashed against the hard floor of Summoner's Rift. And is this a signal to Baron? Are they going to start the objective? Looks like the answer is yes. NACL, they have to try and respond to the play. Can they stop this from happening? Shadeless does not have Call of a Forge God. Another grab from Digitest as Gardevoir going back in, but he doesn't Chrono Shift in time. The burst was too much. And now maybe NACL can fight. They have to prioritize Starseer. They have to make sure that he's not getting damage off for free. Digitest looking for some picks. Oh, the Sky's Descent does so much damage and knocks up almost everyone. Oh, the Rocket Grab. That stops Starseer from taking down the jungler, but he's actually pretty tanky with all these items that he has. Rod of Ages completed. Seraph's Embrace completed. And then Rylai's is next. All of these items give health, so it's not like Aurelion Sol is this helpless control mage with 2k health. All of his items give health. So both dishes out damage and he can take it. But now Call of a Forge God. It has to come out from Shadeless. Now it comes out. Baron's getting dangerously low. Who's going to get the smite? Chubba Farmer, he goes in. Can he get the steal? Yes, he can, but he falls down though. But now, the front-to-back team fight is going to go in favor of Boosted as fuck. It's everyone grouped up in the Baron pit, and they will fall one by one to the Sivir. Boosted as fuck get everything from this fight. Oh, Gardevoir really looking so hard for this pick, but gets punished immediately for his troubles. But now Starseer, perhaps this was not the place to be, as Ord will have enough damage surely to get this kill. And that's a shutdown. And the jungler dies as well, boosted as fuck. This is it. This was exactly what they needed. But it wasn't quite their call that they made. It was NACL committing to the Baron without really killing anyone of note. Especially like the Sivir was just there waiting for shit to start. And that's exactly what happened. Call of a Forge God. It's really easy to hit everyone in the pit when we're so grouped up close together. Feels like BAF got a bit of a lease on life. Now they're the ones controlling the pace of this game. We will get the next dragon. Ooh, 5-point twink! Now you see him, now you don't. Echo's not only a time traveler, but he's also a magician. As NACL, they're going to commit to this fight, but why would you? Why would you, though? Is the question I'm asking. We're not even grouped up correctly. I feel like you have to play differently when you're with Aurelion Sol like this. You have to try and protect him more, but now Momo Deviluk, he's going to fall next. Feels like desperation is setting in for NACL as they're about to lose to Boosted as fuck. They are the next victims on the list. Can Boosted as fuck take down the Nexus and move to 3 and 5 in the standings? Another pick with a rocket grab. This is it. It's only Lulu left alive. Now Ended respawns, but he can't stop everyone. It has to be Aurelion Sol trying to kill off everyone before the Nexus goes down, but he can't do it. Boosted as fuck. Not so boosted after all, perhaps. Gardevoir comes back to the roster, and it's a 100% win rate so far. The turnaround begins. The comeback is real. And they are that much closer to playoffs. The playoff race for Boosted as fuck is still alive after that tragic start to the season. They are still in the game. Wow. That Baron steal basically feels like a whole chain reaction of events happened after that. Feels like NACL just were completely stunned by what happened. And you have this Aurelion Sol that's just obscenely fed, but it felt like you didn't really do your due diligence when it comes to these team fights, not really giving Aurelion Sol much space. But on the other hand, you could say that their team composition is not really as well equipped to do that, I guess. It was boosted as fuck with a teamfight comp that was more effective this game, and they take the win. Last place no more, they actually overtake Brainsword Unsheathed. We're now firmly the number 7 team until they play tomorrow versus... Not sure who that is, but we'll have a look very soon. I actually forgot who they're playing against. Alright, MVPs, let's see. Yeah, mid and bot lane. Actually, that one's easy. There we go. That one's pretty easy. Oh yeah, we're just gonna ask